Cheers, mates. Watch live. Outlaw Video TV. Blow your brains out. That's right. Everyone has a million reasons to blow your brains out with Rick E. Warden. And that's me, Rick E. Warden. If you watch the videos on this YouTube channel, you will see that we have interviewed many amazing bands. Great interviews. Yes, they're older, but they're still great interviews. That, in you know, some sense makes them even cooler, right? What are some of those bands? Rigor Mortis. We've got a Rigor Mortis interview with Bruce Corbett and Casey. Just go check it out. Talking about the old days because, you know, we're all old friends here in the Texas, Dallas-Fort Worth, Texas metal scene. Who else? The Iron Maidens. I have a great interview with the Iron Maidens, a band called Thrice. Me and my son interviewed Dustin Kinsrew of Thrice. That's a great interview. Bring Me the Horizon, as I discussed last week. Got a great Bring Me the Horizon video. But is everybody with me? What time is it here? What fucking time is it here anyway? 11:10. So, boom! It's official. There's a million reasons to blow your brains out with Rick E. Warden. That's me, Rick E. Warden. Rock star motherfuckers. I got a beer for you. Salute to the freaks tonight. Live like a suicide. I got some Sam Adams. Not affected by the Black Tape Society tonight. Black tape is where we blacken everything, especially corporate. But this is some good Samuel Adams beer. I brought a few to drink with you. So grab a beer and come along. Blow your brains out with Rick E. Warden. It's gonna be a blast. So tonight is the why, the what, the why, and the how of Blow Your Brains Out with Rick E. Warden. The how-to is what we'll get to in just a minute. First, I want to just have a good time. How's that sound? Does everybody want to have a good time tonight? Can you see me? Because I am in StreamYard. We apparently are live on YouTube. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. So thank you for coming along and, you know, blowing your brains out with me here as I use you as a heavy metal, punk, rock and roll guinea pig, you freaks, and see how this StreamYard works. The other thing is with these badass shades here, I can't see a damn thing. But I do have my hot sauce. Ow! Who all's ready for that? A couple of more of those coming your way. Next time I'll try to put it to a tune. How's that sound? I did it pretty good last week, talking about Lardy B. Everybody go check out Lardy B. Lardy B, she's a beautiful singer, beautiful person. I can't wait to meet her. I haven't met her yet, but she did perform here in Arlington last Saturday, and she is close to family, so pretty badass. I'm very excited about Lardy B. So when I burp, I'll think of you, Lardy, and burp you out. How's that sound? See, you already know she's my kind of girl and yours. All right, comments. Are there any comments here? Hey, there are a couple of comments. There's one from this beast, Rick E. Warden. There's one from the Dandelion Chef. You guys eat your dandelion. Guys and girls, be good to yourselves. Be good to yourselves. Because superstition writing on the wall. Writings on the wall. I just started drinking, so I'm not even barely halfway through a beer. But why the hell not? Lightning strikes to the ground and everyone listens, but no one hears a sound. Stock market crashed and walks that body park. It's a beautiful fire. When we gonna learn? Sing a song all night long. Know what you saw. Raw rock and roll. That one goes like this. Where I'm at. Wrote that one with Dan Dash on drum. We wrote a song that would be a kind of a break, a little easier to play during our live performance because we were playing all of our shit faster and faster, and it was a great time. So that's raw rock and roll. Before that was Sing This Song. And again, if anyone is watching, I want to tell you right now, as just as good a time as any, that talking to this camera is really one of the most kind of like mind fuck type things that you can possibly imagine doing. And you know that. There's many of you that have seen me posting, maybe watching, maybe we'll watch later, and you're all going to go, yeah, that motherfucker's crazy. I would never do that shit. I ain't, this is what you do. It's what I've been doing all my life. But, also you watch any of the content providers, YouTube content providers that do live streaming or the StreamYard live stream. And they will all tell you, just get out there and do it. You got to do it. You got to do it. And that's what I've always done. And that's what I always encourage everyone to do. You can do it. You just got to get out there and do it. That's it. It's that simple. You just got to get out there and do it. So thank you for coming along as I get out there and do it. All right. It's a good thing I brought extra beers. What is that? What you say? Well, over here is a t-shirt. This is Keep Talking. I'm going to go ahead and pick this up at the risk of screwing everything up. There you go. Keep Talking. And what is this, you say? That is a grand staff. I hope you can see it. I'm going to remove it because I'm going to decorate the studio. But that is a grand staff. That's the first grand staff that I ever drew. So that's rock and roll, motherfuckers. I don't care what you do. I really don't. I don't care how you arrive at it. It does not matter to me. I just know one way to arrive at it that I did. And that was as a vocalist, I'm a singer. So, just think of do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Do. Just think of your do, re, mi's. And doing that in multiple different ways, repeatedly, for a lot of hours. And you get a lot better at two things. At singing, you're exercising your vocals, and you get a lot better at singing when you just exercise. And then also, you get better at playing piano or playing guitar because you really have to do one of those two things. You have to have a note to exercise with. And so, unless you have a friend, unless your guitar player is going to sit there and, play with you. But no, usually you're just jacking off by yourself for hours at a time. So you kind of have to have the gumption. You have to know that you know what you're doing to do it, like anything else. But that's it. You can do anything you want to do if you put the time in. I'm here to tell you that I have put the time in. Many people don't fucking know it, and I don't care. I'm not here to announce anything new to anybody. I'm doing a rock and roll show and drinking a couple of beers together. Johnny, where are you? Hey, Johnny, let's have a drink, baby. Mine just simplified in a bottle. But you can pour one up for me. Make it a black tooth grin. So, yeah, we're going to have a good time tonight. I'm going to go through the vision that I have again. You know, I've done it in the last 2 videos, but I'm going to, you know, kind of update you on things as I go through what the ideas are. And then also, I'm going to turn you on to a bunch of cool things. And one is music. I've got a music review for you for the band Bad Marriage. I mean, that name off the bat's fucking badass, right? Bad Marriage. That's like the name for a band. Bad Marriage. The second record, I guess. I'm assuming I have this right. Bad Marriage 2. It's fitting. We've all had one, right? I mean, 2. So anyway, it's a great name for a band. Sorry for all you ladies and all you sensitive cock fucks out there. Here's to y'all. You know, I rock and roll. You can suck my dick, but you cannot have my baby. That's my motto. Everything else, fair game. But music, you know, cut me open. I bleed 2 things. Dandelion, because I eat dandelion regularly. That's why my brain works, or one of the reasons my brain works. And I'm firing on all cylinders always, but I rock and roll. Cut me open, I bleed heavy fucking metal. Rock and roll. And so, a couple of things. I want to say hello. Hello, everybody. I'm Rick E. Warden, also known as Mr. Freak with the Love Revolution. That's right. Love revolution. Love. Love dominates the world. I don't give a fuck. I have all the same problems and challenges that everyone else has. But when I wake up in the middle of the night, or wake up in the morning, or fucking party all damn day, you know what I'm saying? Rock and roll all damn day. It's love, you know. Love does dominate my world. So, Chris Reynolds, all the way over in England, calling me again this morning. It's fucking awesome talking to you on the messenger phone, all the way from England, and watching tonight. I'm looking for your views. I'm about to take a break and look for views. But hey, buddy, I love you. This guy listened to my band, Mr. Freak and the Freak Show Band, years ago. He's very well connected in worlds that I run through, which is a truth world where we love freedom for all, no matter how much people differ and want to think different and cause division. You follow my entire life, and it's freedom for all. Not just me, but you, because I know that freedom for you is freedom for me. So if nothing else, I am selfish wanting your freedom, and I wish you would be selfish toward me also. And the bankers and thieves, here we go, man. I got a real comment here. Bell, we got 63 Red Bell. Thank you, brother. I can see your comments, so thank you very much for taking the time to comment. What do you say? Heavy metal. That's it. So Chris Reynolds in England, thank you for listening. If he made it, I think he's been up all day. I think he's been up all day drinking. But if he did make it, then damn it, I expect a comment, especially now since I see Randy Bell's comment. And I expect a comment from everyone else. On that, it's that we have analytics. So I know you're watching. So quit being a dick. Don't be a puss about it. Just comment, really. Just say, hey, say fuck you. Tell me where you're from. That's a really cool thing to do, especially if you're from England or somewhere else. But I can tell you that my analytics here on this YouTube channel, I have over 2,000 subscribers. That the majority of you are from Arlington. It's a small majority. It's like 20% or something. And then it branches out to our other local cities like Dallas and that, and breaks down. But about 20% of our viewers or subscribers, that's it, are from Arlington. So that's all my friends. And the analytics show me that you're watching. So don't be a puss about it. Welcome to the new world of interacting together. You know, this is how we're going to rock and roll in the future to one degree or another. I would encourage everyone to always get out and support music. Go enjoy it. I don't even think of it as a support. It is support, but enjoy it. Get out and enjoy some rock and roll. You know, get out and have a good time. We did that last week, didn't we? Went out to see Guthrie. What's that? The third Sunday in Fort Worth. Guthrie Kennard. I can remember his last name, Randy Bell, because the singer of Oh Sleeper, who is featured on this YouTube channel in multiple videos, because we documented the rise of multiple bands right here on Outlaw Video TV, and one is Oh Sleeper from the beginning to their pretty major popularity. So that is Micah Kennard. So I can remember Guthrie Kennard. Ha! How about that? That's how my brain works sometimes. That dude was badass. So I encourage everyone to get out and check out the Guthrie Kennard, or just go to his Facebook page, go to his YouTube channel, all that. Check out Guthrie Kennard. And then what's more important is that I want all you fuckers to comment. Like, really, I need you to comment. It's because I'm on my phone. I got rock and roll, peace and rock and roll. Rebel. That is 63 Rebel. Brand that shit. Boom, stamp it into your psyche. It's branded 63 Rebel. That is REBLL, Randy Bell. We go way back to the very beginning. As a matter of fact, if I challenge myself and think it through, or I'm just in that mode where I live this life, so you go back through your thoughts and think things, right? And think, you know, who has known Dimebag Darrell Abbott? Who has known Dime? Who knew Darrell Abbott as long as me, or longer? And really, Randy Bell is really the only one, other than, you know, the obvious, which are the band members, which would be his brother and people like Donnie Hart, Terry Glaze, obviously, but some other band members and people. But Randy Bell, you know, he goes all the way back to the beginning. One of the great things about Randy Bell is that he had a stable home environment, so he was able to, one, document a lot of Pantera shit. Pantera, Randy Bell, go look it up. His name's on the fucking records. He is part of the Pantera Record Club. That's right. All people who are fortunate enough to have your name on a Pantera record, welcome to the club. It's the Pantera Record Club. I'm going to have you all on. We're all going to shoot the shit and have a good time together. So that's Randy Bell. Let me see. Damn it. I sent you, Randy, that link earlier today. If you go into your messages, you can find that link. And you can post it here. Even if you don't want to come on, you can post it here. So anyone that I sent the link to today, because I don't have the ability to go on here and post the link, post that link so that you can come on here, because it's that simple. I don't really know exactly how or, you know, what to look for, but I do know that that can happen. Lardy B. Ooh, check it out. Check it out. All right. So before, I'm just going to take a minute to fuck around. I do have some cool shit to talk to y'all about tonight, but part of what I'm doing is this. Let Got that comment up there. Okay, so these are what are called banners. So I took the time earlier today to make a couple of banners, and one's for Chris there. So there you are, Chris, over in England. Cheers, mate. Jesus just let the fucking Chicago muddy water turn away. All right, and so Randy Bell, I'm pretty sure I put one of these in here for you. Let's see what I got. How about that? There's me and my dead friends. I think these are like tickers. They run across the bottom. No, I see it on the screen, me and my dead friends. So since I put it on there, it's we have 2 new songs coming out. One is called Hard Candy Girl, and one is called Tell You the Truth. And Hard Candy Girl just happens to feature Kayla Kent. How about that, man? I set this shit up earlier today hoping it would work, and it does. All right, so there's that. Randy Bell, I'm almost certain I have one of these in here for you. What is this? Okay, that's the ticker. So this one here should have been running across the bottom this whole time. And then it should continue to run across the bottom. And I'm just checking real fast to see if I have that link, because that's what I should have done, was all right, so that I don't bog down too much, I'm just going to do this really simple. We're going to move on and rock and roll. There's the banner. If I go over here, it says brand. Brand is like stuff I really don't have access to. So back over here, Randy Bell. Hey, you know what you should do if you're still watching? Oh, there are technical difficulties? All right. Well, I'm going to keep talking because I'll figure all that shit out, right? I am on my iPhone. I'm not on a computer. I am definitely planning on getting a computer. So anybody who's got one, like, I'm ready. Like, I tried to get one today so I would not have technical difficulties. We also had a lightning storm move through Texas today and blew our power out for like a good hour. PRC, don't know exactly what I'm talking about. All right, there it is, Guthrie Kennard. There it is, okay. So that's what this is about right here. I mean, it's just me and Randy fucking around, right? Me and Randy's my buddy, and I count on him. And so, he took me out to the Magnolia Motor Lounge last week. There in the cool part, the hip, trendy part of Fort Worth. And where we used to do, I was telling him the story. You can find videos here on Outlaw Video TV and all over, like in multi-platforms, of us at Esoterica. We used to do open mics at Esoterica and also at the Embargo for several years with Tim Platt. So that's what you're looking for, is Tim Platt. Hello, Tim. I love you. I miss you, man. I wish we were still like sleeping together, So Tim Platt, he's the one. Leon Bridges, look that guy up. Leon Bridges. Tim Platt is the guy. I mean, he won't admit it. That's how humble Tim Platt is. But Tim Platt is the guy that like taught Leon Bridges more than what it takes just to play a song. I don't. Tim Platt is like a magical gypsy guy, like me. That's why we hit it off. Like, as soon as we met, we knew we were fucking soulmates, right? Tim Platt. So he trained Leon Bridges, and you are able to enjoy, if you enjoy Leon Bridges, you're able to enjoy him today because of Tim Platt. All right, somebody, y'all are wearing Randy out, you pussies. Somebody else needs to comment. Not on your end. Okay, he has technical difficulties. Either way, I'm not going to stop broadcasting. I have some shit to talk to the world about, right? Everybody's blowing their brains out with Rick E. Warden tonight. It is Tuesday night, May the 24th. Don't ask me who the goddamn president is either. I do know the date though. Are you impressed? All right. So I want to talk about sharing music. I'm also going to get into the vision of the show and things after I talk about music and sharing music and the value of sharing music. When I was a kid, I grew up in a house. I have two older brothers, and my mom was, into music, I guess. And so I grew up just listening to Led Zeppelin, Aerosmith, the Beatles, the Rolling Stones, bands like that, Black Sabbath. And so Black Sabbath was pretty much my favorite band, and Aerosmith. It would be a hard choice between those two, and I couldn't tell you today which one would be my more favorite at that era. And so I just grew up naturally listening to the best of the best fucking rock and roll. See what I'm saying? I mean, I don't remember the day that I put on my first Black Sabbath record. And I remember a lot about my youth. My Black Sabbath memory of my youth is looking at the record Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath. It's the one, it's like black with the picture on it is in like flames, and there's these devil looking characters. But it's actually an orgy. It's like this satanic orgy looking thing. And I'm listening to the song Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath as a 7-year-old kid. I'm born in 65, so this would have been, by 77, I'm going, okay. The picture here does not match the lyrics, because the lyrics are saying something, that is near and dear to my heart. And of course the lyrics are, they will only tell you that you're asking why. Fill your head all full of lies. You bastard. I mean, it was really about freedom and the opposition too. And I figured that out as a kid, and just loved Black Sabbath, loved Ozzy, loved the whole concept of "we love you all, hey, we love you all." That's Ozzy, right? I also do Claus Mine. Deadly Sexo, we love you all. Right, that's Claus Mine. But Ozzy is "we love you all." He was the original "love you all" guy. And as it turns out, with Blizzard of Oz, he came through with the "love you all," which is, Crazy Train. Wow, I've been through 2 beers. I'm proud of myself. So I grew up doing this shit right here, rocking and rolling. And one of my other fond memories of childhood is when the movie Song Remains the Same came out. Like when it came out, I was at Park Road Plaza movie theater smoking weed. Already be. That's the only downfall of drinking, is y'all have to listen to me burp. I'm a healthy fella. My body works. I embrace the burp. But probably not the best thing for television, because you are I'm on your television. I'm not just on your phone. I'm on your television. All right, so that's it. Y'all wore Randy Bell out. He's probably already left the program. Larry, where you at? My buddy Larry's in Oklahoma, where smoking weed is legal. And so when I need a break, like in the future, he's going to be on. He definitely will join us. He should show up any minute. Unless, maybe people are having a hard time getting to the StreamYard. I don't know. But when I need to take a break, he'll just smoke a big fucking joint or what do they call that? I don't even, because I just smoke weed. I'm a weed guy. But what is it? The stuff that they squeeze. Dude, he can show you, like he can squeeze it for you on the video. He's got one of those nug smashers where he puts the weed in the machine, it smashes the nug. You can watch the oil drip out. So that's what we're going to do during break time, is Larry's going to fill in. So we're going to have a great time. I mean, man, you guys, I know you came here to rock and roll, and you came to the right place, because that's what I do, and I'm going to bring it all together for you. And to show you that I am the guy and we can have a good time together. Man, I grew up on that shit. And I want to talk to you about the value of sharing music. Because I'm going to get into my review of Bad Marriage shortly. And it all ties into the love of music. I have a new song. It's called Hard Candy Girl. There is a girl that I talk to from time to time, and I like okay. But, I'm proud of my song. And I know she likes, so I asked her, I said, do you love music? She, oh yeah, I love music. I was like, okay, you're cool. I'll play my song for you. I played it. And she's like, oh, I knew that you made good music. I mean, I knew it would be good, but I didn't know it would be that good. Oh my God. I mean, it was pretty awesome, because I haven't had an opportunity to play this for many people. So I'm going to go back over here and just click one of these so something comes up. Live interactive. Perfect. I need some live interaction. And I'm going to go back over to the comments and tell you pussies to interact, because I know you're watching. I know I'm going to watch the analytics. There's going to be some people watching, and I just need you to comment so I can call back to you. And then I'm also going to share the vision of how this can expand and how much fun we can have together doing this shit, because I'm going to interview bands and I'm going to talk to you about all of that. But I'm going to build up to it, because I want you to understand the value of sharing music, sharing new music. And I'm going to kind of go through that with you in my life so that you get it all together. And that is that the first time I remember as a child, that's not where I'm at, stage right, stage left. Someone turning me on to new music. His name is Patrick Shulock. Patrick Shulock is currently the manager, and has been, of Dino's over in Arlington off of Collins and Arkansas, right there between Arkansas and Pioneer. His name is Patrick Shulock, and he's been the manager there for 10, 15 years, a long time. It's kind of strange. Like, the guy's gifted and talented, but I'm just trusting they take good care of him. The sandwiches are like the best. I mean, that's my favorite place to have a sandwich. So Dino's, go by and see Patrick Shoemaker. And freaks, tell him you blew your brains out here with Rick E. Warden, and he'll really enjoy that, because we grew up together. And he is the first one that ever turned me on to new music that I remember, outside of my brother or my mother. And he turned me on to Alice Cooper, School's Out. I'll never forget. He was super excited, approached me, you got to hear this, and played School's Out. He had the whole record, so we listened to the record, but obviously the School's Out's the first song. And so it was amazing. School's been blown to pieces. I related. That was like reading the Bible to me. I'm like, oh Lord, I have discovered Jesus, in the form of Alice motherfucking Cooper. So that was before $1 Billion Babies. That record came out School's Out. That record came out in 75, I believe, and Billion Dollar Babies came out in 76. So it would have been 75 when Pat Shootlock turned me on to School's Out by Alice Cooper. So that's pretty freaking awesome, right? Okay, so he also turned me on to Kiss. It was a few years later, but he did turn me on to Kiss, and that would have been 1976 when the Destroyer record came out. He turned me on to the Destroyer record. So keep in mind, I'm barely 11 years old at this point. When he turns me on to School's Out, that's, that's 75. So I'm 10 years old at that time, I believe. Oh boy, I feel like it was earlier. But nevertheless, here we go. Pat Shootlock turned me on to Alice Cooper and Kiss. And I never forgot, like, the excitement that I felt when he shared his excitement through music that I related to. It's just the best feeling, you know. And so the next person that turned me on to good music would have been, and this is where my notes come in because I don't want to miss anybody. I can remember, I don't want to miss anybody. It would have been Earl Stevens. Earl Stevens in Grand Prairie. Shout out to GP, the 75052. Grand Prairie. I was homeless in Grand Prairie, so it's hard to say I lived there, but I fucking jammed Grand Prairie, and all my Grand Prairie friends know it. And I want you to know the importance of friendship. People like even Nelson Moss. I mean, I don't know how I made it through because I was just enjoying life. But Nelson, your friendship has been priceless back then and still is now. So shout out to Nelson Moss. But Earl Stevens, he lived right on Coral Way. And by this time, I was already sleeping in people's cars. And, you know, he knew I was homeless. But he had a Ford Pinto. And I believe that's what it was. I might be getting confused. But he played Power Age for me. Hey, I got to play this for you. Get in here. I got to play something. And so he played AC/DC Power Age. The album starts with, or the record, with the song Kicked in the Teeth. Two-faced woman with the two-faced alive. Dirty little bitch. Told you to satisfy. Yeah, hey, Randy's still hanging in with me. Dino's Does Rules. I like it better than the Bombers down the street. I mean, I like the Joette's Bombers also. But Dino's is the best, and that's Patrick Shootlock, who's managed that place for a lot of years. So definitely, when you're in there, say hi. He's priceless to me, I'm telling you. It's weird because I go there just to see him, right? If I had more money, but when I can scrape together and I have to, then that's where I go. All right, so moving on. Earl Stevens turned me on to AC/DC Power Age. I'll never forget that. I'll never forget his excitement of wanting to play it for me because he knew it would kick my ass, and it did. And this was in 77, maybe 78 when Power Age came out. It was before Highway to Hell. So I was listening to AC/DC before Highway to Hell. And it wasn't just Power Age because I definitely was able to get a hold of another record. I forget what, but was listening to AC/DC before Highway to Hell. And then obviously bought the Highway to Hell record when it came out. And I saw AC/DC on the Highway to Hell tour here in Dallas at the Dallas County Convention Center. As a kid with Chuck Parker. Chuck, how old were we? Hop on here, Chuck Parker, and tell everybody how old I was. And anybody who has pictures, there's a couple of pictures that I took, you know, barely, but you can make it out. It's Bon Scott, you know, it's AC/DC, and I took them with my little 110 camera, right? Okay, so the next person would have been Mark Olson turned me on to Queen. Man, back when, again, I was 12 years old, this would have been, this is where my notes are really important. This would have been 77. So it was prior to News of the World, which came out, come on, yeah, 77. News of the World came out, man, I believe News of the World came out 78, but I still heard A Day at the Races, and I heard A Night at the Opera, and I heard Sheer Heart Attack. All of these records before News of the World came out. I remember going to Eckerd's drugstore in Grand Prairie and buying News of the World when it came out. So, fuck yeah to Mark Olson, who I hadn't talked to in years. So if some weird way you pop on here, hey, let's do some dope together, man, hit me up. So Mark Olson turned me on to Queen and a bunch of shit. Back when we used to think that people in New York all lived in the city. They all live in the city up there. New York is one big city, right? And of course, people in New York thought that we were riding in wagons and tumbleweeds are crossing the street, you know. I mean, literally, that's what Mark thought before they moved here. Oh no, we're moving to Texas. And that's what I thought of New York. But when I was a kid, he was the first one to confirm, oh no, we had cows, like I know how to milk a cow. We were out in the country, you know. I would rather have been there than here because he was in the country there and moved to, if anybody's familiar with Grand Prairie, God, that trap of a city catching out-of-towners. New York City for a long time. Straight up, the only good part of Grand Prairie. Sorry, all my Grand Prairie friends. Y'all know I believe this. I've already told you. You already kicked me out of your house for it at least once or twice. The only good thing about Grand Prairie, or good area, is South Grand Prairie. And you have to get south of Joe Pool Lake in the 75054. And even that area's got its problems because those boys got money. All right, so the next would be my buddy Larry, right? Larry Denson, where are you? Larry Denson, right there in 1980. On Through the Night, baby. Ooh, ooh. Oklahoma style. Oklahoma been sucking Texas for a long time, haven't they? Freaks me out, man, that Larry Denson can smoke weed up in Oklahoma, but here we'll go to fucking prison for the amount of weed that he smokes legally there. Now, of course, he was a patient before it became legal, but he has to be a patient there. But that's Larry. He turned me on to Def Leppard, On Through the Night in 1980. And that was pretty badass, man. That might not mean much to you, but to me and to people who fucking lived that era of like discovering Def Leppard, and then the next record, High and Dry, with Pete Willis, I need to add, both records with Pete Willis before Pyromania. I mean, those records were badass, and they still are badass, and you should go back and listen to them. And I'm not saying you shouldn't like Pyromania or Hysteria, you know, especially if you shake that ass, show those titties. You know, that's where I played it the most. I'm a DJ. I used to DJ in titty bars. I would DJ in them now, but I'm doing this with you guys instead. I'm trying to make music, and I'm actually raising my grandson. So back to the value of sharing music. Larry Denson, motherfucker, shared Def Leppard On Through the Night with me in 79 before High and Dry. And before I met Dime, this would have been right in that same time era there. So my first concert, that's where we get to other ways of sharing music. I discovered Judas Priest, and my whole world changed again. In 1978, I was a 12-year-old lad, and I bought tickets to see Foghat. Foghat, that's right. I'm a fool for the city. So Foghat, Sebastian Bach, Canadians, you know. If you guys don't know, catch Sebastian Bach. He's been touting Canadian bands, Canadian metal bands. It's been really fucking cool. And I hope to be on his show soon. But Sebastian Bach, Foghat, Honey Hush. So my first concert was Foghat. This first band I ever saw. I was 12 years old, 1978. It's about March of 1978. I believe it was March 10th. Yeah, March 10th of 1978. And Bachman Turner Overdrive opened, and I did see both Foghat, and they were badass, and Bachman Turner Overdrive, and they were badass. But I missed Judas Priest. We got there late. When you're 12 years old and you're dependent on other people for a ride. So we got there late. I missed Judas Priest. But that's how we used to discover new bands. We bought our tickets. We'd go, hey, you know, Foghat, Bachman Turner Overdrive, and who's this Judas Priest band? So you would go to the record store and, you know, or whatever store had, and you'd try to figure out who Judas Priest was. And so that's what happened. And I definitely remember my first Judas Priest record ever was Hell Bent for Leather. That was my first Judas Priest record ever, was Hell Bent for Leather. And it's because they toured with Foghat. So from there, a few years later, Judas Priest tours on the Point of Entry tour. It's Point of Entry with Iron Maiden. It's Iron Maiden Killers. And I'd never heard of Iron Maiden before. And my friend Kirby Meggs I was riding with him in his Mustang out to the, you're going to hear that a lot, I was riding with, because even though I'm like the best driver ever, never had a wreck, like I could definitely race cars easy. I don't drive. I mean, I don't like driving, and there's like a lot of aspects in my life where I don't drive and someone else is driving. So, Kirby Meggs. Hello, Kirby Meggs. By the name, Kirby's band was Megaton. Way before there was a Megadeth, there was a Megaton, and that's Kirby Meggs. So we were riding out to the Priest show, which obviously I'm way into Priest by this point, and he happens to have the Killers tape. So we're jamming that Killers tape and listen to it a second time, you know. Fucking great. I mean, I'll never forget that. So that's how I got turned on to Iron Maiden, was Judas Priest, bringing them out on tour. And so from there, it comes back around to Ozzy. Blizzard of Oz. We got our Ozzy Osbourne tickets. And this is back in the day where, you know, tickets are still printed with the band's name and logo on them and stuff, not these computerized bullshit. And so the band Motorhead was opening for the Blizzard of Oz. It was the Blizzard of Oz tour in 1981, and the band Motorhead was opening. And so went and bought the Ace of Spades cassette. You know, never forget wearing out the Ace of Spades cassette. Immediately went to Metamorphosis Records in Dallas. They're in the Exchange area of Dallas by the Cotton Bowl or the Starplex or the Vodka or whatever the arena is called these days. But it's right over there. And it's called Metamorphosis, and I bought all the old Motorhead records. Overkill, Bomber. I may not have bought No Sleep Till Hammersmith there. I can't remember. No Sleep, I do believe, had American distribution, so I might have picked it up at Fantasia or Peaches or oh man, what was the other record store there? Skipping my mind. Anyway, I may have picked it up somewhere else, No Sleep Till Hammersmith, but definitely Bomber and Overkill and some of those discs, like way back in the day, like before 1981 or in 1981, maybe it's 82 at the very latest, that Motorhead was smart enough to put out these picture discs. And they were one of the first, like European metal bands that I was aware of that did these picture discs. So that was very important about Motorhead back in the day, if you want to understand how Motorhead came to fame during the new wave of British heavy metal. So anyway, I took my Motorhead records for at least 2 solid years and shared them with everyone. Like, I kept them with me. Anywhere I went, I took my Motorhead records. And you know who you are, and I would like to hear from you. If I turned you on to Motorhead or Queensryche or anyone else, or you have my magazine, The Skull Press, or my magazine, Outlaw Music Magazine, say hi, join us, join the party, let's have a good time together. But that's the deal. That will give you a slight synopsis of me, that I, Rick E. Warden, blew my brains out with Motorhead a long time ago. That's right. And I'm the motherfucker that before anybody knew who Lemmy Kilmaster, the guide of bass playing Rickenbacker rock and roll was, I was like a Jehovah's Witness, door-to-door salesman, practically. Hey, man, you want to listen to Motorhead? Yeah, I love that shit. Fast Eddie Clarke. And so no offense to newer Motorhead, because I love it all. But, I fell in love with Fast Eddie Clarke and Bomber and Overkill and Ace of Spades and even Iron Fist. I love all that shit. But I love it all. I even love Another Beautiful Day. So fuck you and all the Motorhead lovers and haters. Let's have a good time together and not worry about all the best records and the best guitarists and all of that. And let's just give shout outs. I mean, Mickey D, man, my goodness, Mickey D. Who would have ever thought that dude would have Lemmy's back? So shout out to Mickey D. Here's a drink for you, buddy. Here's a drink for Lemmy, drink for Mickey D. Thank you for having Lemmy's back, man. Really, I mean, fuck. Dude, he's now the drummer for the Scorpions currently. And, Mickey D, he was the drummer for King Diamond on King Diamond's best records. Abigail. So, that dude he was also a drummer for Dokken, right? So he can do anything he wants to do, and he chose to fucking jam with Lemmy, which isn't all that big of a surprise, because what people have later found out, is that Lemmy's actually a fucking amazing songwriter and wrote songs with and for Ozzy Osbourne. So that's the value of sharing music. Moving right along, I've been jamming this band called Born and Raised a lot, like pretty much every day. You guys know how it is with YouTube. We got any YouTubers here? Hello, YouTubers. Music is free. Music is free on YouTube. And so when you listen to it, Lardy B, when you listen to it on YouTube, it comes up in your algorithm. So pretty much every time I go to music on my TV, YouTube, or on my phone, I just go to YouTube, it'll be in my feed. Resisting Bite's there because, well, I fucking listen to it every day. And so I continue to listen to it every day. And I'm glad that I do. Like, I like it more and more every day. So, hey, freaks, listen to Resist and Bite. That is Tommy Skeoch. I hope I pronounced that correct. Tommy Skeoch, lead guitar player, wailer of Resist and Bite, also formerly Tesla. Man, bro, I will never forget Headbangers Ball. Would have been in about 1986. And I mean, come on. So it's kind of weird because the band you were talking about, Tommy, Bad Marriage, they have a lot of Tesla in them. They really do. It's pretty wild. They have a lot of well, Montrose. How about that? I hear a lot of Leslie West influence in Tommy's style. Tommy plays a very complex simplicity. I don't know how to put it, but it is pretty complex. And it's pretty wild because this Mike guy, now I need to grab my notes. Flipping over to my music review. That's my stories, by the way. And I want to go ahead and throw out there while I'm going to my music review notes that two things. Man, within the context of what I just told you, all the shit that I've done, there's a bunch of good stories. And they include, you know, Dimebag Darrell Abbott and Mike Skeoch and people that you know and love, you know, and enjoy. So I have really good stories to tell you about Motorhead and Judas Priest and Iron Maiden, you know, all of that shit. But I really need to make sure that I stay focused and put on an entertaining program. So I'm going to switch over here. Nobody's commenting. Fuck all you pussies. And I'm going to just click on heavy metal, rock and roll. That needs to be a song right there. I am currently writing the theme song. Right? You want to sing it with me? Let me finish my third beer. I'm going to have to end the program just to take a piss. So there you go. That's my shout out to Chris because I know he's been drinking all day. And then also Danny. Danny, I know you're drinking with me tonight. I wish you'd fucking comment. I don't know what's up with that. But it's okay, man. People are going to watch this. Like the other videos that I did right here in my bedroom studio. You know, they've got like 50 views on them each or 60 views or something. And you watch the analytics. I mean, it's, you know, look at the analytics. It's there. It's happening. And I'm just bullshitting. I mean, this is not the program. You know, this is me on StreamYard for the first time ever right here now. And so since I'm here and nobody's commenting, I'll go ahead and dick around. This one says live interaction. This one says something about, oh, that's the ticker there. So I'll leave that one. Wanted. How about that? That's a good one to leave up. I'll get into that in a minute. First, we're doing a review for Bad Marriage. There just isn't a better name. Like, you might come up with a band name that's as good, like Resist and Bite. You know, how many times do you have to think that through to realize you love that name? It's kind of weird. It's a weird world that we live in when it comes to band names, you know. One is like Aerosmith. I'll promise you, every fucking rock and roller, when they're trying to think of a band name, they go Aerosmith. How did they do it? You know, it's impossible. You know, there are those weird names. Metallica, you know, how did they do it? Everybody wishes they could, you know, come up with that creative of a name. Here locally, there's a band, y'all, named Dank. Now, something tells me there's another Dank somewhere else. That's D-A-N-K, Dank. And they're a bunch of hoodlums just rocking and rolling, got a fiddle player, shit. I mean, they're awesome. They're brothers. David, shout out. David Jarvis, shout out. I know you're going to watch. Bolt Neck Studios. Joe, good to see you, man. Thanks for watching. So, getting right into Bad Marriage. I gotta flip over here and tell you that Mike Fitzmaurice. Did I get it? Maurice? Fitzmaurice. So it's Mike Fitzmaurice. He's also known as Fitzy. He reached out. I published a review of 3 songs on the Outlaw Video page, Facebook page yesterday. I may have posted it on YouTube also. But anyway, he was cool enough to reach out to me. Can you believe that shit? That's pretty badass, man. Major props, bro. Rock and roll 24/7 is what we do. No sleep till we do this shit, right? Then wake up and do it again. So one is that bad marriage is rock and fucking roll. And I was going to get to where Fitzy was leading me, but man, I just want to point out any bands that want me to listen to your music and give a review to my listening audience, please just contact me. It's real simple, and share your shit. If I have time, I will listen and I will review it. If I don't, I won't. It's real simple. But you should send it to me while I have time. And so in this case, I can't believe that, Bad Marriage, because, I mean, they're really a good band. I'm kind of fucking humbled if you can't tell. They're really a damn good band. And it's kind of funny because if you look at the review, I reviewed 3 older songs, 1 new song, 2 older songs. They were both good, but these Lardy B, by the way, is a Lardy B. She is a Al Yankovic of Cardi B, but she does more than just Cardi B tribute type shit. She has original songs, and she's a beautiful singer. And yeah, she got a fat ass, and she's proud of it, Lardy B. So, Bad Marriage. The first song that I want to bring to your attention is called Bad Blood. That's it. I'm going to have to get better at this, don't I? This sucks. I suck at this. So it's called Bad Blood, and it's really badass. This is the song that has these Montrose riffs. That's right, Montrose. I said it. Fucking Ronnie Montrose. That's right. Fitzy, dude, that's a badass riff, dude. I can hear you fucking grinding. It's like every song that you listen to, this dude is like really riffing. I mean, can we call it blues? God, I hate making comparisons, so I don't want to say things like, especially with this, but it is that type of a style of, say, Faster Pussycat, if you will. God, don't shoot me, Fitzy. But as a guitar player, I mean, he really digs. And like Joe Perry, there's a song I'm going to talk to you about in a minute that's like really very Joe Perry-ish. I mean, it's The Victory Is My Name. I mean, you might not think that that's a good song or that people are going to like that or that whatever. But bro, I'm telling you, when I read the bio and I saw Aerosmith and AC/DC, I'm like, what the what? What the fuck, right? But when I got to that song, right, and this will show you that I hear music. I mean, anybody who listens to this music, you're going to know exactly what I'm saying. And Fitzy, in particular, since he wrote it and played it, he knows exactly what I'm saying. That Victory Is My Name, dude, there is a riff in there that is very fucking Joe Perry, just straight up. And it's weird because it's not an Aerosmith sounding song. It's just a Joe Perry fucking riff, right? And so that's how deep this guy digs. That's what I'm trying to get across. If I thought this shit sucked, I would just kind of tell you, hey man, this happened and this kind of sucks. But it's not true. I'm actually very excited to tell you and share with you because I left a comment on Tommy's Facebook page yesterday telling him that, I like the songs, but they're a little cleaner and a little softer than what I prefer because I'm into aggressive shit, man. I mean, I just like aggressive rock and roll, aggressive music. But that's not all that I like. I have an appreciation for all forms, which includes slower songs. I'm going to get to that in a minute because these guys have some badass slow songs that are going to change your life. So before I say anything else, everybody, all you fucking freaks, head over to the badmarriagemusic.com website right now. Just shut me off. I'm rambling on anyway. You got better things to do. Listen to some good rock and roll, damn it. I'm fucking happy to tell you. You go over to the badmarriagemusic.com website, and that'll take you to the MP3 formats where you can buy their music. And it will also take you to all the freebie shit. So if you're broke like me, you can listen for free on YouTube and stuff. So that's what you want to do. It's Bad Marriage. So Bad Blood. It's got big riffs. The dude's a riffer, man. It's just got big fucking Montrose style riffs. And even the vocals are, you know, very Sammy Hagar-ish. I think that now is just as good a time as any to bring up John Paquin. John Paquin is the singer-songwriter. So if I understand it correctly, that's the heart of the band. And I wish I had more time and thought to get into everyone else. But I think we're looking at Fitz here and John Paquin as the driving force of what we hear as Bad Marriage. So I want you to know that I can hear it, bro. I can hear it with my own ears. There's some real good Sammy, and man, I love Sammy Hagar. When it comes to Van Halen, I shit David Lee Roth, right? I mean, I'm a David Lee Roth Van Halen, but I love Van Hagar. I fucking love it. I love it. I love Van Hagar. You know what else I love? I love Van Halen 3, Gary Sharon. I love that record. I listen to it all the fucking time, all right? So I love Van Halen, and I love Sammy Hagar, and I love Sammy Hagar all my fucking life. So major props to you guys for getting Bad Blood with some big Montrose fucking riffs and some Sammy Hagar type sounds in that. And I don't think people would expect that by listening to some of the songs and then also reading your bio. So from there, down goes another one. We got big drums on this. Big drums on Down Goes Another One. Just realizing you hop back over to comments just in case someone's jacking off with me. Yeah, we're at masturbation level now. So down goes another one. Starts out with big drums, got another big guitar riff, and then big hook, man, into the chorus. I mean, these are just big songs. I mean, really, they really are. If you like rock and roll music, it's Bad Marriage. I mean, it really is. I think Resist and Bite is a little heavier and just different. So two different bands totally. But this Down Goes Another One. I mean, it's really kind of got a Tesla vibe to it. And that's what I'm hearing from this band. Even with Resist and Bite, when I review them, I'm saving that review. We will definitely have our Resist and Bite record review. But even with Resist and Bite, they have certain songs where they come into their own. The song Scream is one. The song I. The song oh man, it's I can't remember the song about fire, burning bridges or something. Those songs are where Resist and Bite really come into their own, and you hear their uniqueness as a band. So with this band, with Bad Marriage, I really think that you hear this band come into their own with these songs that I'm talking about here. Bad Blood, Down Goes Another One, and Victory Is My Name. Man, I think that song is fucking awesome. It's called Victory Is My Name. Did you hear me? I said, Victory is my name. You know, that's my language, man. I speak that fucking language, bro. So that's a great song. And then Power Moves is another fucking, you know, I mean, it's got great vocal screams in it, you know. Yeah, this guy is a great singer, by the way. John Paquin, fucking good singer. At times he sounds like David Lee Roth. And I want just to shout out to the band. If you're going to do David Lee Roth, or when you do, you know, Michael Anthony helps a lot. Paul McCartney wouldn't be any, you know, what he is without John Lennon and George Harrison also. So that's how harmonies work. So I'm going to move on to a couple of slow songs because it's important, and I was very surprised. It's Good to Be Home. Every artist wants to write a home song, right? The stage is home. Writing your song is home. Playing, performing your song is home. And so these guys did it. I mean, it's really like, it's the second song on the playlist. I assume it's the second song on the record. I don't know, but it's fucking phenomenal. I mean, it's a slow song, but it's beautiful. And it's called It's Good to Be Home. And then from there, also another slow song is called Birds of Paradise. And I'm, you know, I mean, to impress me with a slow song, you really gotta fucking be impressive, right? It's a great song. I mean, I don't have words. I didn't listen to it enough. I listened to this song, Birds of Prey, like 3 times. And I just didn't listen to it enough. I mean, I can't wait to listen to it more. It's a great song. So it's called Birds of Prey. So there you go. There is my official Bad Marriage review here on Blow Your Brains Out with Rick E. Warden. And those songs again are Bad Blood, Down Goes Another One, Victory Is My Name, Power Moves. And then for the little more moody and slower shit, you got It's Good to Be Home and Birds of Paradise. So there you go. That's what you can expect here if you want your band reviewed. I will be happy to review your band. And I have reviews coming for you. Resist and Bite is one. And I fully expect to have Tommy on as a guest. And Greg Walls of Sound is another. There are a lot of bands, a lot of good music. You can count on me. You can trust me to listen to the shit and sort through it and share the good shit with you. That's what you've always counted on me for from the beginning of me doing my magazines like the Cutthroat Press and the Skull Press, all the way up to Outlaw Music Magazine and this channel, Outlaw Video TV. Does everybody feel a RDB coming on? You can count on me to bring you the good new music. So that also means that if you're in a band and you are looking for promotions and need to brand your band, you can count on me. Hit me up, slide on into my DM, and let's rock and fucking roll together. But I don't care what kind of music you make, hit me up with it, as long as it's got balls and heart. But if it's like pussy music made by pussies, then, you know, come on, don't fuck with me. Don't waste my time or yours. Grow some balls, get back, or, you know, I mean, hey, the Iron Maidens, they got balls, okay? Right? Courtney Cox, I love you. Do y'all know I love Courtney Cox? I refuse to, okay. So I'm moving on. Courtney Cox, the Iron Maidens, y'all check that out. So what are we doing here and how? It's a live interactive video podcast, broadcast. The idea is with this StreamYard, and there are a couple of others that I'm still looking at also. But with this one here with StreamYard, this is the free version. And the pay-for version, there are 2 of them. There's a professional version, which is $50 a month. And there's a $20 a month, I believe is what it is. that allows me to do a whole lot more. It allows me to put my logo in here. You see that duck? Look over there. It's that side. See, everything is backwards. And see, I can't deal with that. Like, I need you to be able to see me exactly. But right over there, that duck over there, I can get rid of that. I can put a lot of things. Like, I can control this whole screen instead of just this one little picture that you're seeing. And that costs $20 a month is what it costs. But I'm going to do it because we're all going to have a damn good time doing that together. That will allow me to do a lot of things to make my screen attractive. But more important than that, and most important, is it will allow me to interact with everybody. There we go. So, Mark Merriweather Vonderbruggen. Did I get it, Mark? Vonderbruggen. He is the author of The Idiot's Guide to Foraging. That's how I found him. I eat dandelion, I forage. That means I eat real food. I don't eat McDonald's. Not much, anyway. I mean, I don't eat McDonald's, but I do eat Jack in the Box tacos. I just make sure I eat my dandelion. So I follow a guy named Mark Merriweather Voringberger. Sorry, Mark, I cannot see. Like, your last name's always got me. I practiced it earlier. Vorder. See, there is a Vorderbruggen. Got it. So that's Mark Merriweather. I saw him do a podcast called The Donut Shop at the Beginning of the World, and it was interactive, utilizing StreamYard. So he's the only person that I've ever seen utilize StreamYard. He is my inspiration to do this. So thank you, Mark, for your contribution to all of us here. All right, so I've got a couple of new songs coming out. With that, I want to tell you that that's what I'm going to do here, is that I have to make some money. I've got a grandson that I need to pay for. Hey, there you go. War Beast, Rigor Mortis, War, O Sleeper, the Iron Maidens, Bring Me the Horizon, Thrice, the Chariot. Man, I had a blast with the Chariot. I don't know if any of you guys know who they are. Check out the Chariot if you're in total fucking hardcore music. Just had the best of the best hardcore times with the Chariot. So thank you, Josh. Thank you, Wolf. And you can see all those videos here on Outlaw Video TV. All right. So from there, I am going up to, we already talked about that one. That's important. So I was looking for my band shit. I thought I had one there. There it is, right there. That's what I'm looking for. I hope you can see that. So I'm getting ready to wrap up. I am catching a little bit of a buzz. I'm on my fourth beer, and I don't drink that much. So I decided to drink with you guys tonight. But, man, really, nothing is more important to me right now, other than taking care of my grandson. Like, taking care of my grandson is number one. And the truth is I would not do this if I didn't believe that it was valuable. So it's not just valuable for me, it's valuable for everybody. As a salesperson, the best sale is the sale that's good for everybody. And that's what this is that I want to have a good time blowing my brains out, together. Heavy fucking metal, punk, goddamn rock and roll. 24/7. Party all day, party all night. Sex, drugs, rat and roll. Right here. And to do it, I have to have a couple of things. Like, I just have to get a computer. I have to upgrade my StreamYard. and we're all going to have a great time together. So what I'm going to do to pay my bills and take care of my grandson, Lordy B, is I'm going to offer tourism services. So I need you to hit me up, or have your family or friends hit me up when they're in town and they're looking to tour Dallas-Fort Worth, looking for fun, interesting things to do. Because I am the guy. I was born right here in Arlington, Texas. My name is on 4 Pantera records. I can take you to all the Pantera stops and tell you stories at each stop. So like, for example, I stopped by the Monterey house where Dime and Vinny grew up on a regular basis. I don't go inside. I don't knock on the door. There's actually a plaque on the door that says, please don't knock and be respectful. So I just load a bowl and fire one up, and I'll hit a high. Yeah, feelings. I can still hit it. So not without a cough though, right? So that's what I can do, is I can take you to the places, tell you these stories where James Hetfield stayed with Dime for 3 days, fucking jamming. And Greg Walls, do you want to know what James Hetfield was playing? Everybody wants to know. Everybody wants to know, what was James playing while he was hanging out at Dime's house for 3 days? Well, Greg Walls, you might be interested to know that question, and I will tell the stories. I'm just not in a hurry. I'm just dropping nuggets so that all of you who are interested will say, hey, tell me that story, and I will tell you. And that's how this is going to work. But in the process, my heart, it's open to the world. And I'm going to bring Tommy on. I'm going to bring Greg on, Greg Walls from Walls of Sound. And the guys from Bad Marriage. Hey, as soon as I get this up, I'm hitting you guys up. But more than that, I've always combined with bigger, more well-known bands, the local bands. So James Norton, you're first up. I've already reached out to James, and he's totally down, and he will entertain all you people. He's an Yngwie Malmsteen guitar playing wizard fool. So we'll get into James Norton more. His name is James Norton, and he will be on, along with other people, like I fully expect Kayla. Hello, Kayla. Kayla Kent will be on. Kayla is the guitarist on my new band. There it is, Kayla. It's a Hard Candy Girl, features Kayla Kent, lead guitar, featured in Guitar World as Best Tribute, Dime Daryl Abbott. So anyway, she fucking plays a ripping mean guitar, and she was gracious enough to play lead guitar on my song Hard Candy Girl. So we'll have her on for sure. And then Rick Perry also played the song Tell You the Truth. He played lead guitar on the song Tell You the Truth. Rick Perry, you know him from the band War Beast. Currently, his band is Iron Jaw. So everybody check out Iron Jaw. It's well worth your time. They're a local DFW band. Rick Perry's been doing this all his life, pouring his heart out for us, entertaining us, and being overlooked and underappreciated. That's Rick Perry. He's the governor. We love him. So everybody check out Iron Jaw. That's Rick Perry. He played lead guitar on my song Tell You the Truth, which is coming out soon. And you also know him from the bands Gamma Side and Puncture. There you go. Gamma Side and Puncture. So that's Rick Perry. Check him out. and prepare to buy the song and prepare to take the tour. So if you need a tour, DFW is very much a tourism desert. There's nothing to do here. The number one tourist attraction has been and continues to be the JFK Memorial Library. And so I am offering tours of JFK tours. I will take you down and I will give you whichever story or perspective that you want of the JFK theories, which one would be the government's official story. One would be, talked about this the other day, Bill Hicks. How about that Bill Hicks story? I can tell you that one. But literally, I can take you to all the places. I can take you right to the grassy knoll. I can take you where the bullets ricocheted off the curb. I can tell you everything you want to know about JFK. But I can also take you around Pantera stops, where Dime ate, where Pantego Studios is, and Pantera recorded. I can also take you on a Stevie Ray Vaughan tour. I can take you on a Nikki McKibben's tour. And I'm not going to Nikki McKibben tour. She's my cousin. That's right, Nikki McKibben. So I can give you a personal insight look into the life of Nikki McKibben with her friends. Love you, Nikki. I hope you're watching. Hey, do you hear that? That's thunder. God damn, it's so exciting. It hits you like a hammer. John Sykes. And Mike Skeoch knows who the fuck he is. All right, so I think I've told you everything. I'm going to relax for a minute as I tell you good night. Mike Skeoch. He was on the first Rigor Mortis record. God, here we are live. He was on the Song 69 record, the Ministry record that went, is that platinum or double platinum? He was also on the Ministry record and song called Gold Diggers, where Al Jorgensen literally very eloquently and artistically describes the music business and the cartel behind the music business. And what he says is we're not dead yet, we're not dead yet, we're not dead yet. What's up with that? It's a great song. It's called Gold Diggers. You should check it out. Take the time to listen to Gold Diggers by Ministry. And keep in mind that Mike Skeoch is now dead also. So that's my cheers and shout out to my dead friends. As I tell you about my band, Me and My Dead Friends, that's what it's called. It's official. I've had the name for a little while, but I'm keeping it. It's Me and My Dead Friends. So Mike, cheers. If y'all want to go by the old Rigor Mortis house on Center Street, or if y'all want to go by the old apartments on Carter Street in Arlington. If you want to go to Joe's Garage, where Bruce Corbett was stabbed in the parking lot. Bruce, I hope you're watching too. So that's what I'm doing. I know it's vulgar, but I gotta pay some bills. So fuck you haters. All you cool motherfuckers, contact me for vulgar tours here in Dallas, Fort Worth. We'll all have a great time together. We'll go see the sights. We'll memorialize together. I'll also take you to the restaurants where these people ate. I will also take you to the bars where they drink, the bars where they played, or I can just give you a list and you can go on your own after the tours. So that's it. I need to pay some bills. Fuck the haters. Contact me. You want to have a good time? Just give me a call. Don't stop me now. I'm having a good time. So if you want to have a ball, you know who to call. You can FaceTime also. We'll set it up. You'll pay me in advance on Venmo, and it's $200 for 4 hours. We'll set it up. I'll reach out to all my friends here locally. We'll get a couple other people out to have a good time together with us. And we'll take some pictures, make some videos, and blow our brains out together. It'll be a blast. The other thing is I have music. So all of my friends, please go buy my music when it comes out. Listen to my music, share it. It's I didn't make it for you. I made it for me. But part of making it for me is you, right? You, all my friends. You're part of me. You will always be part of me. And so part of the reason I make the music is for you. But primarily I make it for me. Like I got to get my rocks off. So it's me and my dad, friends. I hope I've covered everything. I don't see anybody commenting. Like, I know there's thousands watching. Let's check the analytics. Yep, there it is. Fucking thousands watching. But only Randy Bell. Y'all have wore him out, motherfuckers. So, right. Where is it? Is that one it? Wanted. If you want to be involved, if you have found yourself missing out on the rock and roll life and you want to be involved, now is the time. I have an internship for you. I need a social media person. I need someone to interact with everyone live and facilitate the interaction. Very important. In multiple ways, I can teach you how to do it. It'll be things that you'll remember forever and be able to utilize forever and take with you and make, a trade out of. And then also, I need a technical assistant. I'm about to buy a computer. I don't even know what computer to buy. I need to have a monitor, etc. So I really need a technical assistant. And I'll give you my left nut. Really, just tell me what you want. I'll give it to you. I need a technical assistant to make sure that everything's working properly. And then, like I said, we need a social media person to facilitate everything. From there, it's minor things, video editor, so that we can provide a bunch of cool videos for people, for our viewers, and graphic designer. I do all my graphics, and I can continue doing graphics. I can continue doing video editing, and I can continue doing social media interaction. That's what I will do for 2 years. Just fucking around. But really, get at me, slide on into my DM. And then also bands that want their music listened to, reviewed, and then shared, slide on in. That's what I do. I'll do a written review, and then I'll also do a live audio review. But in the future, what we'll do is we will play your music live and, talk about it that way. So that's where I'm headed. I got to get this duck off of my screen over there and be able to have this paid for so that we bring it all together and be able to play live music, as part of the broadcast. I'll play your music. We'll all listen to it together and we'll all talk about it together. We'll have interviews together, and I'll bring you up with the people that I'm interviewing so that you can ask questions to the musicians that I'm interviewing and, other cool people too. All right. So thank you for bearing with me this whole time. Be sure to blow your brains out with Rick E. Warden. Right now, it looks like it's every Tuesday. So where am I at here to sign out? I don't know how to do it. Is that it? Okay. I have a song. It's called Love Revolution. Mr. Freak and the Freak Show Band is the name of the band. Love, love, love revolution. Love, love, love. Love revolution. La, 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 la.